Hi boys and girls. This is the Lesson 12 Concept Development. It says homework at the top of this page. I'm going to use the homework pages to teach you the lesson today. So what we're doing here is we are using division. We are going to model division where we have an unknown that represents the number of objects in each group. And we're also going to model division where the unknown represents the number of groups we have. So we're going to be finding the unknown size of the group and the unknown number of groups. Problem number 1, 10 people wait in line for the roller coaster. 2 people sit in each car. Circle to find the total number of cars needed. This problem is telling us that we have a total of 10 people, and there they are. The next part tells us that 2 people sit in each car. So we have our total, which is 10, divided by 2 people in each car. So is our unknown right here telling us, are we looking for the number of groups or the size of the group? Which one? What do you think? If you said number of groups, you are correct because there's 2 people in each car. We know that 2 people are going to ride in a car. 2 people are going to ride in a car. So this gives us how many, in this case, cars we need. And we need 5 cars. And I'm going to add my label here. There are 5 cars needed. Let's look at problem number 2. Mr. Ramirez divides 12 frogs equally into 6 groups for students to study. Draw frogs to find the number in each group. Label known and unknown information on the tape diagram to help you solve. So here's our tape diagram. We have our total. It tells us that we have 12 frogs. So I'm going to label that as my total. Then it tells us that he divided the frogs equally into 6 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 groups. Okay? So we divide it equally into 6 groups. So are we looking for the number of groups? Or the size of the group? Which one? It tells us that we have 6 groups here. So we know how many groups we have. We need to know the size of the groups. So this up here, in here, is the number of frogs in each group, right? Number of frogs. So I'm going to start drawing my frogs, and my frogs are going to be X's. 1, 2, I'm going to divide evenly, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I got to a total of 12 frogs. So 6 groups times how many in each group is equal to 12? 2. A total of 12 frogs divided by 6 groups gives us how many in each group? 2 frogs. So there are 2 frogs in each group. Down here, you're just matching. So you want to find 10 divided by 2. So 10 divided by 2 groups, or 10 divided by 2 in each group. What does it equal? So you can match those up. Let's take a look at our next one. This one says, my pen stopped working. Betsy pours 16 cups of water to equally fill 2 bottles. How many cups of water are in each bottle? So are we looking for the number, I'm abbreviating, of groups or size of groups? That's what we have to ask ourselves. So we know that we have 16 cups of water. That's our total, 16 cups. We're filling 2 bottles. So here's a bottle and here's a bottle. So are we finding out the number of groups or the size of the groups? We are finding out the size of the groups because we already know we have a group here and a group here. So now we're going to divide. So what we're finding up here is the number of cups in each bottle. We're going to divide those 16 cups evenly. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I squeezed it in there. So down here it says there are blank cups of water in each bottle. So let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cups in each bottle. It doesn't tell us to do this, but I'm going to, there's a question mark, I'm going to write a division sentence that says 16 cups of water divided by 2 bottles is equal to 8 cups in each bottle. Now we have to draw our own tape diagram. They were nice enough to give us the tape diagram, but now we have to draw it on our own. An earthworm tunnels 2 centimeters into the ground each day, and a centimeter is a very small unit of measure. The earthworm tunnels at about the same pace every day. How many days will it take the earthworm to tunnel 14 centimeters? So I'm going to draw my tape diagram. And what do I know? I know the total centimeters he has to go, correct? 14 centimeters is how far he has to go. It tells me that he goes 2 centimeters each day. So what I want to know is how many days in all will it take him to travel? So I'm going to do this. I'm going to make this right here, and I'm going to put 2 in here because that is 2 centimeters. That's how far he travels. What we don't know is how many days, right? We want to find out how many days. So do we know the size of the group or the number of groups? We know the size of the group. It's right here. 2 centimeters is the size of the group. Excellent. So I'm going to keep adding my groups until I have 14 total centimeters. So there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So boys and girls, do you see how you do your tape diagram a little bit differently depending on whether you're trying to figure out the number of groups or the size of the groups? That's going to be important for us to keep in mind. Okay, so we started with 14 centimeters. We divided by 2 centimeters each day, and we ended up with how many days? 1, 2, there's 1 day, 2 days, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. Okay, so it will take him 7 days because we want to write in a complete sentence. Last problem. Sebastian and Tashawn go to the movies. The tickets cost $16 in total. The boys share the cost equally. How much does Tashawn pay? So if they're sharing the cost equally, that tells me we're dividing because when we divide something, it always has to be equal. So I'm going to draw my tape diagram. And we know our total, don't we? It says total right there. $16 is our total. Okay. Do we know already, do we know the size of the group or how many in each group? The boys are sharing the cost equally. That tells us we know how many groups we have. Sebastian and Tashawn, that's 2 groups. So I'm going to make my 2 groups. What we don't know here is how much each boy pays. So I'm going to add dollar signs until I get to 16. So there's 2, 3. See how I go back and forth? You have to go back and forth. 3, what is that? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay? So I'm going to put down here that we know we had 2 boys that we were sharing it between. So over here, our division sentence. When we start a division sentence, we always start with the total. So the total was $16. We divided that $16 by 2 boys, and then we found out that each boy paid, let's count, 1, 2, let me change this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, $8. So Tayshawn, because that's the question, Tayshawn paid $8. And our label there, our unit, is dollars. So that, boys and girls, is how you solve problems when the unknown in a division sentence is either the number of groups or how many in each group. Good luck on your problem set, boys and girls.